Hello there, and welcome to Corey's Datapad for episode 2 of our Star Wars lore battle series, where we take a look at some of the more interesting historical or even hypothetical battles within the Star Wars universe. In our first episode on Friday, we took a look at the Battle of Typhera, using Sins of a Solar Empire to recreate the events described in X-Wing The Back to War. But today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be taking a look at the Battle of Moorja. So this was a battle that took place shortly after the Battle of Endor, as part of the Glover campaign, which was one of the New Republic's many actions against the emerging warlord factions, specifically in this case against Sander Delvardus. We did a video about a week ago talking about Nighthammer, which was Sander Delvardus' most notable flagship and executor class, and the history behind that. But before he had the Nighthammer, Sander Delvardus had a few other flagships. The first of those was a Star Destroyer called Brilliant, and the next was a Praetor class called Thalassa, which you can see right here. So Thalassa was destroyed as part of the Glover campaigns by New Republic's First Fleet Admiral Firmus Nance. So Nance was a fairly successful New Republic admiral that was responsible for cutting off Sander Delvardus and the Arado Authority from some of the surrounding Imperial forces. And the Battle of Moorja was where the flagship Thalassa was destroyed. Essential Guide to Warfare notes this as having been done by a fleet of Nebulon-Bs and Y-Wings. So we are going to try to recreate that battle and see roughly what would have happened. There's no exact number of Nebulon-Bs given in the description of that number. In the description of that battle, I went with 20. So we're going to see how that turns out. And unlike the previous video, this is going to be a bit more of a simulation and a what-if. Obviously, game balancing is never going to be able to perfectly reflect all lore events, but I thought it would still be a fun way to take a look at this little tidbit of Star Wars history. So let's see what happens, whether 20 Nebulon-Bs is going to be enough to stand up to the Praetor, and we will get into that. The main thing here is, of course, going to be the Y-Wings. The Praetor obviously wouldn't have enough fighters on its own to deal with it, but the Y-Wings right now are going to engage the TIE fighters that came with the Praetor. The New Republic is an AI faction right now. I'm technically controlling the Empire. So we'll see how the Praetor can stand up to the Nebulon-Bs. I'm going to try to get our TIE bombers to engage the Nebulon-Bs. But obviously, when you think of stuff that's going to be able to kill a Praetor, Nebulon-Bs is not really the first thing that comes to mind, which is why I thought this would be a fun battle to examine in the videos. I think with the Y-Wings, especially with how the game is balanced, it'll be more than enough. But still, there are usually notes of Firmus Nance being associated with other fleets. Obviously, the fleet at Endor would have worked out astrographically to be part of the First Fleet. So you could probably expect that in broader operations, the First Fleet probably involved a lot of those Mon Calamari cruisers, although it was a different fleet, I believe the Second Fleet, that was responsible for operations under the New Republic in that area of the galaxy, usually with the rest of New Republic leadership. So this is actually going pretty well for the New Republic. I could probably have given them fewer Nebulon-Bs, but I think really it's the Y-Wings that matter here. But yeah, so there was a third New Republic fleet that was active at this time, which was centered more around the Bothawai area. But that does mean that pretty much the majority of the New Republic's notable forces, the First, Second, and Third Fleets being the core of that, were focused on some of those more important Outer Rim areas in the earlier parts of the post-Endor period. There were obviously other bits of Rebel forces throughout the galaxy, other fleets they had, but those are the key ones that were active in this early part of the period. But yeah, so it looks like the Nebulon-Bs are about to come out victorious here. Again, largely through the actions of the Y-Wings. But I hope you've enjoyed this quick little look at another of the battles of this era. So far, both of the battles we've done have been fairly soon after Endor. And again, I'm still trying to get used to or get ideas for what works best in this format. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed them so far, though. But that is going to do it for today's video. If you have any other suggestions for battles you would like to see me try to emulate or simulate, or just discuss in general, please leave them in the comments. And again, I'd like to have this be a video series that we do every other week, alternating with TapCap transmissions. So not replacing any of the other lore videos we do, but just another way to explore that kind of lore. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and hope to see you next time. Bye everyone.